Hanging the stockings, singing Christmas carols, setting out cookies and milk for Santa, those are all wonderful holiday traditions. Here at KMBC 9, our tradition is Larry Moore's annual reading of The Night Before Christmas. And this year, our legendary anchor is getting a little help from some of the children here at Channel 9. So sit back and enjoy the holiday classic.
Was the night before Christmas, when all through the house
not a creature was stirring, not even a moose.
Stockings were hung
by the chimney with care,
by the chimney of care,
in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads.
And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter.
Away to the window I flew like a flash.
Tore open the shutters and threw up the sash.
the moon on the breast of the new fallen snow
gave luster of many to objects below.
When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick.
More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now
Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, now and Vixen.
On Comet, on Cupid,
on Donder and Blitzen.
To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now
dash away, and dash away, and dash away, ah!
As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly.
When they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky.
So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew,
with the sky full of toys and St. Nicholas too.
And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof
the prancing and pawing of each little hoof.
As I drew in my head and was turning around,
down the chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound.
He was dressed all in bear,
and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot.
A bundle of toys he had flung on his back,
and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry.
His cakes were little roses, his nose like a cherry.
His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow.
And the beard on his chin was as white as the snow.
The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath.
He had a broad face and a little round belly
that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly.
He was chubby and plump, a right jolly of elf.
And I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself.
A wink of his eye and a twist of his head.
They soon let me know I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work.
He filled out the stockings, then turned with a jerk.
And laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose.
Sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle.
But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight,
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas, everybody.